Welcome to Happily Ever Afters, where love doesn't stop at romance. Join us as we share the tales of everyday magic and celebrate life's sweetest moments. Hear inspiring accounts of love, intimacy, and pure joy as we uncover the secrets behind true devotion and partnerships that really work. Brace yourself for a full-on heart melting. Here's your host, Carlos Clemente.
Hey, welcome. Another edition of Happily Ever Afters. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different from the shows we've done before. We talk about love and all that stuff, but this is a different kind of love. This is a brotherly love that we're going to talk about here. They may not agree with that, but I'm just trying to be nice for lack of anything else. But anyway, it's special for another reason. We have a special co-host today. And ladies and gentlemen, Francesca Clemente.
Hello. Hi. Right. Good to be back.
So we saw her a few months ago talking, and she knows a couple of these guys there, so she'll keep them straight for me. So, I'm also excited to announce we have a new national sponsor. It's called NewCalm. See? NewCalm. And it's a clinically proven method to help manage sleep, anxiety, and life stress. NewCalm turns downtime into recovery time. Download the app today to begin your journey for the rest and recovery. Take the stress out of life to find your happily ever afters and some NewCalm. Okay? So that gets us started on our sponsor. Let's get to the Three Musketeers. That's for lack of a better word. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Alan Williams, Brandon Maloney, and Joe Gregory. These three men have played an important part of my life. Like I said before, it's a brotherhood that it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain the brotherhood. Francesca has seen how we are when we are together. It's kind of dangerous, but we do it anyway. Alan is an accomplished journalist, TV sales. I admired Alan for many years before I finally met him. Then I moved into his neighborhood, and he put up a fence around his house.
Around your house.
Brandon met him out on the streets. He was homeless. No. He was a reporter for a local station in Nashville. All these guys are in Nashville, by the way. And we used to be out on covering stories, and one day somebody came up to me and started calling me Brandon because they thought we looked alike. And I went, whoa. So that's when I grew mustache and everything else because I didn't want to get mistaken.
Boy, was I offended.
And then we have Joe Gregory. I've known Joe the longest. We were actually roommates in college. So
you were lucky.
What?
You were lucky.
Yes, I was lucky. Yeah, I was lucky.
I was playing with.
So yeah, but Joe and I, we've all kept crossing our paths professionally, and there's a group that meets every Saturday. There's more people in the group, but these three guys are usually there, and we just cut up and we talk about all kind of things. But the main thing is what I enjoy the most is that we stay in touch. Unfortunately, Brandon has kind of moved into my family because my mother likes him more than she likes me now. Because she always asks, how's Brandon? And that's kind of hurts, but we get through that. But
I'm touched. I'm touched.
But gentlemen, it's again, welcome to the show. I hope if I've offended you in any way, then I don't get upset. Just roll with it, and you'll try to get me back later, or you'll get me back now in front of my daughter. One of the two. So, how would you describe our friendship? I mean, what has kept us together we're talking 40 plus years now. How have we managed to keep from not killing each other, but
Growing apart? Or just
I don't know, growing apart.
like
I mean,
being too busy for each other?
Yeah, yeah. How have we managed to do that?
I think in a way, a lot of it has to do with our common experiences. We were all in the media business. We all saw each other. I mean, sometimes, every day, we would see each other at long term, at whatever news scene we were at. We'd be there and we'd talk to each other for, hours at a time.
Yeah, the microphone sometimes. If they're, since you was in radio and we were in television, holding the mic for each other, that sort of thing, and get to the point. Let's go grab something to eat, grab a drink or something like that afterwards.
I just have to laugh. Funny you talk about holding a mic. I remember when the TV photogs, sorry Joe, but the TV photogs went on a rampage when we started using mic flags.
Oh yeah,
Radio used mic flags first, and oh my God, I can't think of the guy's name. You would probably know him, Joe. Channel 4 with the beard. Oh God, he was relentless.
Gil Hollingsworth?
No, it wasn't Gil.
Oh, okay.
I knew Gil.
Was it Walt?
Walt, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walt.
See, they could never remember anybody's names. Never.
That's because we're old.
Yeah,
right.
you guys are. All three of you are old. So
All four of you.
yeah. What's up, Francesca?
Thank you.
That's why
Thank
you
you.
brought Francesca on board. There you go. Hang in there.
All right.
That's
There
it.
was a step back 3 there.
Yeah, I know.
As someone from the younger, newer, fresher generation, I wonder how over the many years you guys have been friends, how did you stay in touch with not only just long term, but long distance? Them being in Tennessee, you being out in California, how did you keep that closeness where you guys are like brothers? And it wasn't just like, oh, he's my friend, but he lives in Tennessee. But you guys have remained strong in your bond.
You guys want to
I
answer
think some
that?
of it
It
is
still ties in with some of the work background, because when we get on the phone or no matter where we are, we're talking politics or news, discussing news matters in any form or fashion. Go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No problem. And I think it's also a male thing. Guys that could be, we may not talk for 6 months or 8 months, but we'll pick up where we left off. Mm-hmm. And I think guys do that well. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I agree with that, because just using Joe as example, because when I saw Joe, it had been years since we'd seen each other, and it was just like it just been a few days or something since we had seen each other. So we just picked up where we left off and kept going. And when I talk to you guys, yeah, we may go a few days without talking, but when we talk, it's just like yesterday, And part of the reason is this, Francesca, is that I have been an inspiration to these guys. All right? I have been an inspiration. They look to me as
what not to do.
I was waiting to see who was going to take long.
Yeah. But I mean, let's take Brandon. All right. Brandon lived all those years in New York, never went to a pro game until Alan and I took him. They made me sit in the back of the car, but we all went. So, and now Brandon and Joe are taking up golf. And I use that term, taking up golf. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, because it's kind of brutal, but Alan lives, breathes, and eats golf. Mm-hmm. So every time you talk to him, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to play golf over here, over there. So it's to watch these men. And one of the things, I'll say this about Alan, all right, and the other two are going to agree with me. You cannot go anywhere with Alan Williams that he doesn't know somebody, right? Every
China.
time you go somewhere, you have to stop because Alan knows this person or that person. We went to the World Series in 87? 87.
Mets or the 75 one?
No,
or the 80?
87. It was St. Louis. We went to St. Louis. Remember? We went to St. Louis. We're going up we're in the boondock seats, right? And this person, we're going to sit down, and this woman goes, "Aren't you on TV in Nashville?" I go, "Oh, okay." I mean, that's just, you can never not find him knowing somebody.
That's
And whenever he does, we just got to sit back. Okay, we're going to have to wait a while till he finishes talking. And it's not just a brief conversation. He can go in depth with these people, So
I think that's a lot of about who all four of us are. I mean, we're people. I mean, we like people. We like to know people. We like to talk to people. We like to find out what make people tick. We were at our Saturday lunch. We were getting ready to leave, and some guy is asking us, said, "Y'all look like golfers." And I said, "Yes, we were." But he was striking up a conversation, and we stood there, and struck up a conversation with this person we didn't know. Yeah. And that's one of the things I'd say about all four of us.
Brent, one time as a surprise to the guys, I bought hats, and I put our names on it. And it's just so happens Brandon's got his hat on. And
yes.
This is the hat. We all have hats like this with different colors, whatever football team or whatever you want it, but it all has our names on it.
Yeah.
And every time I put that hat on, I think about these guys. We have a picture with all of us having our hats on. So that's a special thing for me every time I see it. So, yeah.
And you are the most sentimental one in the group, and I'm not saying that to be negative. You are. You think about stuff like that and hats and just to keep us all together. So hats off, literally, to you.
Yeah. 3,000 miles away, but it's like you're right here in our backyard with us.
Well, I think about you every day. There's not a day that goes by that one of you doesn't cross my mind in one way or the other. Always, I know we kid and everything, but it's all positive. It's all positive, no matter what you think, Brandon. Okay.
Positive. I was going to react. Right?
Yes.
Positive, Alan. He thinks positive as New Yorkers. We can't say what you say, but yeah,
He's still holding it off me. He wanted a picture at the new baseball stadium in Pittsburgh, and by the Roberto Clemente statue. Well, what he wasn't thinking, I'm wearing my New York hat wherever I go. So he got upset that I had my New York hat and took a picture of the Roberto Clemente statue. He hasn't forgiven me yet.
Never will.
Why?
Because you knew that would get me. You knew
Did you not ask me to take the picture for you? Did you or did you not?
Yes, I did, but I wasn't expecting that.
This is the real group coming alive now.
All right. This is, now the other thing they can't do is push away from the table.
That's me. He's talking about me.
I mean, when it's time to eat, do not get in these guys' ways. You're going to lose fingers. You're going to lose everything because they just won't push back. Yeah, Brandon, I'm talking about you.
Why are we supposed to push back?
Because at this age, you're supposed to be healthier. Right?
We're healthy for what we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I can sit down at the table and I can stand up from the table. I'm good.
What stands out the most about our relationship? What this is happily ever after. So what in your words, what stands out to you about our relationship that's so special?
Would say not only the shared experiences, but I would go one step further. We all have family. And so between family and our relationship is just like an extension of our family. I think, at least for me, that's how I look at it.
And so to piggyback off of that, since we all have family, we devote our time to our families, but we also find that time set aside on that Saturday and sometimes some other occasions to make sure to hook up and have our time together.
Also, I think it's important that men have other men they can go and talk to. Sometimes life is hard, and you need another man that you can go and say, "Hey, I'm dealing with this," and "Hey, I'm dealing with I'm upset about this or this," and you've got ready opinions. I mean, our group has everything from lawyers, doctors, people that work in the government, people that work in TV. And so it just kind of gives you an opportunity to grow. It gives you an opportunity for a place as a older man to vent about life.
You name a topic and we've talked about it.
That's right.
That's true. That's true.
We solve those problems.
and we will call each other. We will call each other, "Hey, you hear about this or that?" And what they pick on me about is that I seem to be the one who remembers the most. Not saying that they don't, but I'll remember events and things like that others have forgotten sometimes. So we just try to, we just try to, I don't know, we have fun. I think we do.
We do have fun.
What, at this point, what is the most relaxing thing about our relationships?
Relaxing thing.
Wow, Brandon said.
I might have to pass that one on. I can't think of something relaxing.
Joe?
For me, I must admit, I can't wait on Saturdays to sit there and talk about what did your president do in the week. And, no matter which side you're on, I mean, it's always, you kind of go, how am I understanding this? How should does what I'm thinking make sense? Sometimes when you're alone, you kind of go, boy, am I correct? Am I the only one that feels this way? And so many times when we all get together as a group, kind of go, yeah, I feel the same way, or yeah, or they'll say, well, what about this? Or
different perspective.
Yeah, perspective, and it's nice to have other perspectives.
You got a question for?
No, it is. It is. It gives you. Since he called us old, when the first thing, yes, we take up all topics, but there's one topic that comes up every week. How's your health?
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Too many medical reports. Yeah, nobody says fine. We all have a list. So we see who has the longest list is what happens. So what do you want to ask these guys, Francesca?
Well, it seems
Yeah, but before you do that, friend, let me just point out, though, like Joe said, we got such a variety of people in the group. When you mention health, doctor's the one we focus on the most these days, again, because of that, each of us and our health issues. And I'm not excluding anybody here because I think we all know everybody has some issues on their own. But he's a good person to have around the table. He is.
He is. I guess he's going to start sending us a bill one day.
Well, I still owe him for an iced tea.
That's right. Brandon said it. I said it went well. You know how Doc checks his receipt every month. He does it like clockwork. Well, this week, Joe, the guy charged Doc $2.95 for iced tea, and didn't charge Joe anything. And Hubert's going, Doc's going, what? I didn't have a tea. So the poor waiter was standing there because that means he had to void everything out. Joe just volunteered, I'll pay him the $3 and let's just go on.
What do you want to ask, Fresh? Yes.
So clearly you guys are best friends, besties for life. And you guys just talked about how you guys kind of watch out and look out for each other's health, especially as you get older. And so what other advice do you guys have for staying friends such a long time, but also just making sure you're taking the time to reach out and look out for your friends?
Yeah, I'd say there's that thing of reaching out. Reaching out can be just a text. Reaching out can be, hey, I heard your mom is sick, or hey, I heard you went to the hospital. You okay? You know, just a moment to just get a phone call. Just a moment to reach out. Just like Carlos said. I mean, I must admit, my day wouldn't be the same without getting 4 or 5 messages from Carlos about some political thing
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm awake, okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah, I don't look at time. I just,
Obviously.
I just happen to be awake at that time, and I see it, and I know you guys complain about it, but I don't really care. I don't care. I'm sending it to you, and then I'm going to ask you about it later. And 9 times out of 10, no, I didn't see it. So,
But hold it before you start throwing aspersions around. But we know the situation. We may not have read your story particularly, but we know what's going on.
We're that good, Carlos.
What?
Another step back 3 here.
Yeah, there you go. All right, what do you guys consider among us, our relationships, what is our happily ever afters? What is it that every day that I know, like when I come back to Nashville and stuff, boom, we all know, boom, we're going to have to get together somehow, some way, and maybe just for a little bit or whatever. But what would you call in our group a happily ever afters moment? Your own opinion.
That I'm able to make the call the next week.
Okay. Brandon?
I think you look at the, it's a friendship, and it'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there the day after. It'll be there the day after that. If I croak tomorrow, I'm pretty sure that you'll tell a Joe story next month or next year. It's about caring for one another in a brotherly way.
Yeah. Brandon, you had something?
Along those lines, we've talked about sitting around the table and eating, but we do other things. I mean, we've gathered together to go do some golfing. I won't talk about mine because I'm probably at the lowest on the poll, but golfing, taking a trip to out of town, that sort of thing. And so it expands into other things besides just sitting and eating. I mean, we engage in a lot of conversation at the table, around the table. And it still continues when we're on the road or wherever we go.
We're running out of time here, but I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being in my life. You guys have meant so much to me. You've been there in my down times. You've been there in the good times. And if you could give a happily ever afters quote about, what would you say?
A quote. Wow.
Something you feel from the bottom of your heart about us, about how we are.
Ooh.
God, I got him speechless.
Then tell us what's on your mind.
You know, on my mind, it's the knowing you guys are the brothers from another mother. All right. You guys are truly my brothers. Okay. And I don't know what it'd be like not having you guys around in some way, shape, or form. Your spirit is always with me. It is. I know we laugh, we clown and everything, but your spirit, you gentlemen and the guys that in the other table, but you guys, I'm the closest to you three. Your spirit is always with me. And sometimes when I'm getting frustrated or whatever, I think about something stupid one of you guys said. Most of the time you say something stupid, you're directing it towards me anyway.
That's
And it makes
It
me
really
laugh.
does make sense too.
But those are the things that keep me going. All right. I mean, just even doing this podcast, part of the reason I'm doing this podcast is because I know you guys believe in my opportunity to do it. And that's one reason why I wanted to have you. I wanted to share this, I just wanted to share something with you that we could have forever. And that's what this is. That's my happily ever afters. That's my happily ever afters as far as you guys. I've been able to share something with you that I don't get a chance to share with anybody else. And I hope you feel the same way, and that, from here on out, this is something we can talk about, and you'll make fun of me again anyway. So I just want to thank you guys.
Well, as long as you're clear, you've given us the green light to continue doing what we're doing.
we will continue.
I'm sure you will.
That would be true.
All right, we've run out of
True.
time, and I know it's way past their bedtime. All right, they go to bed about 4:30. Okay.
How would you know? You send the stuff any hour of the day or night
Yeah,
anyway.
because I'm up. I'm young. I'm spirited. I can stay up. I don't fall asleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, Alan's propped up right now. So,
He thinks so.
all right, but anyway, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks.
for being part of
Enjoyed
Happy
it.
Yes.
Francesca, take care.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Carla, say hi to my mother, please.
Yes, I will. I will. I told her that we were doing this. So thank you very much. Okay, that wraps up another edition of Happily Ever Afters. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, because these three men really, really mean a lot to me. And I'd like to thank our sponsor again, Newcomb. And you can join us on Spotify, YouTube, UBNGO Network, Apple Podcast we're on now, and I think we're trying to add a couple more. But at any rate, this is Happily Ever Afters. I'm Carlos Clemente. My co-host, Francesca Clemente. And I thank her for taking the time out of her busy schedule to do this. Good night, everybody. Happily Ever Afters.